Hey guys, Donias 601, and well, today's video was originally going to be about how to get a free premium ship come this week, but, well, this teaser came and I had to go frame by frame and analyze every single frame to try to figure out what the new tier 8 ships are. So we're going to go through pretty much frame by frame. There may be some string connecting photos together because we're going to dive deep into this. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're on mobile, you have a fun new animation when you hit the like button. If you're feeling really generous, I have a wedding to pay for. There's that super thanks button that pays me directly. If you feel like this video is worth it, let me tell you, this video, I put in some work for it, so I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, let's begin with going in. We're gonna zoom in and pause when we need to, so here we go. So as we are zoomed in right now, I do have to apologize. The way I pull things down from YouTube and convert from MKV into MP4 so that Premiere can kind of edit it and ingest it. The conversion software was eating the first second, and in the first second, there's some key footage. So right now we have to run this video at 1080, and right after this next scene, then we can go back to a higher resolution. So let's go ahead and talk about this first scene. So you may have noticed a little bit of a weird like range indicator there and that Soviet flag. And going through World of Warships PC, there is only one ship that has that weird little aim indicator, and that, well, and it's a Soviet ship. It's going to be the Delny. I'll go ahead and put a photo up of that weird aim indicator, or that aiming system that I was talking about. As you can see, it does match that weird globe that we're seeing on screen right now. I'll go ahead and throw up a full photo of the ship. Currently, it is the tier 10 of that is across from the Udaloy. So it seems like it would be a good fit for our tier 8, especially when we have Khabarovsk at legendary tier. The next ship in the background, I'm going to assume it is the cruiser of the Russian Navy. That is the Donias Dynsky. We have a better view of it later, but I'll go ahead and throw up the side profile and you can kind of see how it matches up. But we'll take a better look at it later in the video. Next, we move on to the next scene, and yes, we finally do have our better resolution. The first ship shown here is what I believe to be the Buffalo, the heavy cruiser that would fit nicely between Baltimore and Des Moines. That all makes sense. And the next ship is an American ship, and it's one that solves our Fletcher issue. I believe that this is the Sumner class. Now, you may be saying, Tommy, there's no Sumner on World of Warships PC, and I say, you are absolutely correct, my friend. However, what nation or what faction do we know that uses American, Russian, British ships and just kind of flies them all under one flag? Well, of course, the Pan-Asians. That's right. The Pan-Asians have a Sumner class vessel currently under the name Yang something. Anyways, they have a Sumner class ship, and looking at the guns and the way that the bridge is built out in that box-like style, I don't think there's any way that we can deny that that ship right there is the Sumner. So Buffalo and Sumner are at least our two tier 8 cruiser and destroyer for the Americans. Next, we have the flyover what I believe to be the Japanese fleet. From left to right, we have Yugamo, then Ibuki, and Izumo. So Yugamo is just your basic standard Japanese torp boat and kind of looks like that. Ibuki, it's your tier 9 cruiser, and it kind of looks like that. We get a better view of its smokestacks later in this trailer, so we can re-examine it there, but I'm all but confirmed it's Ibuki. And then the last one, Izumo. Those secondary batteries, that's what gives it away to me. That makes it the Izumo. After that scene, we come across what I believe to be the ships of the German Navy. In the foreground, I think we can see the main guns of the Friedrich der Grosse. The way that the turrets are shaped and the way that that cover kind of extends down the barrel, that's what's making me think it's Friedrich der Grosse. Initially, I thought it was a smaller gun, like it was a destroyer gun, but I just don't think that's what it is at this point. And then in the background is what I believe to be the Rune. The thing that made me identify it as the Rune is that opening conning tower. It has that very weird top structure bit up there, and it's very unique. So I think these are the two German ships. I don't think I end up seeing a German destroyer in any of these, but like I said, I think it is both the Rune and the Frederick der Grosse. Next, we have what is this weird flyover section of what I believe to be the Russian ships. This is going to get slowed down a lot because there's a lot of detail to take in just a few frames. On the upper left, I believe we have the Delny, that ranging station sphere thing that we talked about earlier, I think is being covered by the 8, the mat that is the 8 that's letting us see through. The thing that makes me think it's the Delny is actually the smokestacks. The shape of them, while they look French, I think it's ultimately a Russian ship, and that's because of the other 2 ships that are next to it. The next ship in the middle is the cruiser that we already saw, the Donskoy. Those 2 rear turrets make me they're too squared off, right? They just don't look like they would be anything else, and so far we've only seen ships of the same make together, so it makes me think that middle ship is the Donskoy, and then we have to get to the far right ship, and it looks to me to be the rear end of the Soviet Soyuz. Just the way that smokestack is there and the way that turret is turned, just getting the little bit of highlight on it. We get more detail in the next shot, but I think this and the next shot together make me think these are the 3 Russian ships that are being brought over. And into the next scene, we have the front view of these ships. So from left to right, on the left-hand side, I have what I believe to be the Soviet Soyuz, that battleship. I think we can clearly see the triple guns here. They look correct. The bridge looks correct. That's why I'm saying it's a Soyuz. We go to the middle, and I believe that's the Donskoy once again. There's 2 things that make me think it's the Donskoy. The first is that high anchor. If we look at it, it shares the same sort of high anchor that the Donskoy has. And then in addition, we have that bridge. The general bridge shape really does match up with Donskoy, so I believe it's on the Donskoy. And then off to the far right, we have the Delny once again. I think earlier in the video I said it was a patch of the Udaloy. Actually, it's between Tashkent and Khabarovsk. It's the tier 10 between those. Just a little correction there. But we can see the smokestack once again, and it really does look like the Delnoy. So I think once again it's confirming that this section right here is showing off the Russian vessels. Then we get to this section right here where I think we're just getting a quick look at the Ibuki. That is a very telltale funnel of the Ibuki. So I think, this is very easy. It's a quick section. So yeah, it's only to really show off the fact that yes, it is in fact the Ibuki. Then we move into another overhead shot, this time only 2 ships, and I think just based on the way it's all built, these are clearly the Rune and the Frederick der Grosse, the 2 German ships that we've already identified. I think the superstructure and the density of them tells us it's the Germans. And finally, we're on the last bit. First, we open with a gun, and that just once again looks like one of the Sumner guns. Then we move on to a cruiser. I think this is just showing off the American fleet. We see the telltale sort of American life rafts, so I'm assuming that is the Buffalo. Also the guns match the Buffalo once again, and then we get a glance at the battleship, and this is where I'm troubled because, well, it doesn't look wide enough. It doesn't have the hips to be a Minnesota. It looks like an Iowa. So we know they're not moving Iowas, so are we getting some sort of upgraded Iowa? Is it the New Jersey? Is it some sort of upgraded one? We will have to see, but I do not know what that vessel is going to be, but it looks like it has the hull of an Iowa. So give your guesses down below, because personally I do not know what ship that could be. But that does bring us to the end of the video, guys. If you like this video, go ahead, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.